Say that one more time.
Piece of cake. There we go.
Difficult one, done.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Bud. Doing okay? Brian's up there getting a nice tan, getting his vitamin D, hanging out in the sun. Everyone's like, nah, sun's too hot. Good morning. It's another weekend adventure. We're camped about an hour and a half outside of Fairbanks. It's Friday morning. Brian and I are heading down to the Denali Highway to grab some fall colors and meet up with Sharif and his wife Jess. We'll camp there tonight and do some camp pizza, and then in the morning we'll do some eggs, pancakes, and some cobbler on the cast iron, and then do the rest of the Denali Highway and then head back to Fairbanks. So we have the confluence of ADHD squirrels for everyone. There's a rainbow down by the glacier, so Sharif and Brian immediately jumped out, grabbed their cameras, and then as they jumped out and grabbed their cameras, Jess saw that there were blueberries and highbush cranberries, and then Odin jumped out because there's a stream down there and there were a bunch of ptarmigan flying around. So everyone's got their like, ooh, squirrel moment. So we're stopped for a little bit, and then I think we're about halfway to the glacier. The trail's already been more than we expected. It's already been the highest water crossing I've done, and I think now tomorrow we're gonna head out together so that we're not trying to do it separately. hit the end of the trail, well, not really the end of the trail, but we hit the end of the trail for us. There's about a 250 yard section that is so significantly overgrown that we're not able to just push through. We'd actually have to bushwhack and cut some trees out of the way, or like low-hanging bushes. We're close to the Alpine Lake and probably about halfway now to the glacier, but because of the overgrowth and the fact that no one's done it, there's no way for us to push through. So we're turning back and going to try and find some dry ground so that we can camp for the night. So we may not have been able to make it through the other trail because it was overgrown, and I think everyone is going to be in a consensus that that was the best outcome imaginable, because on the way back we took a right on an old mining road and we're nestled in between two mountains in a valley with views straight down. There's another switchback that actually goes all the way down to the other side of the valley, but this is gorgeous.
Well, we just tried to figure out which way north was, and I think it's that way, so that might be pretty badass.
And that's a mine shaft.
Alright, so I know Adam's gonna be mad at me. I climbed all the way to the top of this peak, but I would say just a little bit. It was worth it, because I think my time lapse might be better than theirs, and we'll show them this clip later. So we got this whole landscape. My only issue is I don't know which way to point my camera.
So we found Brian. I need to have a conversation with him because he might have lost a few marbles on the trip up here, because he went to go set up his camera for a time lapse and he climbed a mountain and set it up all the way at the top. and the shot's going to be absolutely gorgeous. But while Brian was doing that, Sharif is getting started on the pizza. He's getting the dough ready, and then we realized, oh no, the pizza sauce was still frozen. So I'm using the Stoke Voltix electric kettle to slowly warm up the frozen pizza sauce while we're preheating the Camp Chef pizza oven. So that's running off of the Red Arc 1500 watt inverter that I've just had installed from Total Truck, which is super helpful because Starlink is running off of the EcoFlow that I normally run the electric kettle off of. So we've got everything churning tonight, but pizza, cobbler, it's gonna be really good.
So I was feeling a little bit frisky, so I decided to climb up that peak over there to put my time lapse up, since we're in such a beautiful spot. And I realized when I got up there that I probably should have just taken both of my cameras up there. So now I'm gonna climb back up.
We're gonna get a fire started. So it just died like a couple weeks ago, so I had to recharge it again, but it just...
That's amazing. Oh,
Yep.
this is lovely. For that beautiful track. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Pretty nice.
I'm gonna turn off this coffee because it is.
I forgot to film the first pizza. Well, I filmed Sharif putting the cheese on the first pizza, but it didn't last more than 30 seconds before we ate it. So Sharif is already making the second pizza, which is going to be pesto, cheese, and artichoke hearts. And then I've got a little bit of like a Hatch green chili sea salt that I'm going to toss on mine.
This is amazing.
It's great because like usually I'm the one taking the picture.
I know,
so
I
I'm,
know.
Beautiful. It's in there. Let's get the door on them.
I should get Danielle out here, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
Cool.
Pizza number 2 is a pesto pie with mozzarella, onions, artichoke hearts.
And is this the weirdest place you've ever made pizza?
Yeah, this is definitely the most special place I've ever made pizza.
And for reference, there's the pizza oven.
Yeah, and we'll put the door on so we.
There's stuff because the camera's blurry. Oh, nope, we're coming back in focus. There's the view. And it's coming back into focus. There's the Aurora dog who has to be on a leash because he keeps trying to eat everyone's pizza.
The pizza is that good.
Yeah, well, I slept phenomenally well last night. Apparently I snored loud enough to be like a jackhammer, which is good because I normally sleep well at camp. Odin's been roaming around. Brian's already climbed all the way back up top of the mountain to grab his camera, and we've got breakfast starting. We're doing leftover cobbler, and then we've got a bell pepper, red onion, potato hash with some eggs, and then I've got a bunch of cheese and hot sauce. So a quote-unquote lighter breakfast because we're all still stuffed from the pizzas last night. We're going to eat, we'll pack up camp, and then we're going to dip down to the end of the trail. It ends up in switchbacks past the mine huts all the way down. Go back and explore, and then we'll head back to Maclaren. Looks like a mine hut, and it's still pretty clean on the inside, so they might actually still be doing some work. I don't know if it's abandoned. It still has some power run, and it's got a fridge and everything, but the doors and everything are just collapsed, so it's probably fallen apart in the last year or two. But we're gonna check it out and then keep going. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got like full... Yeah. I mean, this probably was up and running. So we made it back to the river crossing. It looks about the same as it did yesterday going across, but it's still going to be an interesting one. So I'm gonna go straight across and then work Sharif over. The water's still running pretty damn fast, so we'll take it slow and consistent speed straight across, make sure we have a bow wave in front of us and it doesn't come over the hood. But once we're through the river, then we're fine.
Say that one more time.
Piece of cake. There we go.
Difficult one done.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
So we're making, Jess is making sandwiches. Sharif is gonna pray to the ground because his camera made it out alive. Brian is hanging out, messaging on the inReach. Odin's angry at me that I'm not letting him out of the car, but it's raining. So we're gonna do a quick sandwich and then gonna drive them up to Red Rocks, and then Brian and I are gonna continue on to Delta Junction and back to Fairbanks.